Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, some guys have even killed themselves over it because they're just being ruined and tried by media that bad. And they're innocent, but everyone's just like this and that. And some even, there's been, there's been some who are on football teams that do it, but then there's been some, that one girl destroyed 4 guys' careers in college and uni, or college over there, and they got kicked out of the highest colleges and branded rapists and shit, then come to find out she's lying. And wasn't that still going on with one of those football stars here? That girl said he raped her and done stuff, and he didn't. He got put back on the team just not long ago. I forget who it was.
No, well, there's one that's going through.
Not Jack Pavellum. There's another one.
Jared Hayne or
no, there's another one, but he actually got found not guilty.
Oh yeah, Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he was. That was.
And they come to find out she's done it to a few guys.
Times,
a few different guys.
Yeah, no, that was.
And yet stuff like that, no one then mentions her. It's like, no, she should be fucking shamed now and plastered everywhere and shit. But sorry, haha. But yet, look, he got what, stood down from the team. Everyone's fucking on the radio and news calling him, he's a rapist. He had a girlfriend and a relationship, and I'm sure that didn't help that. And imagine just being labelled that, knowing you did it, and she just gets, okay, I made it up.
Yeah, no, that's and his reputation for even if he is found innocent. His reputation.
Well, he wasn't he? He got found innocent.
Yeah, but his reputation's soured with potential sponsors and stuff.
Yeah, you're sort of linked to this, so maybe we better not.
Yeah. So,
that's the thing too. If someone is accused of it like that, everyone comes out and their sponsors come out. Well, it's like Sean Roden. That's sort of been quiet lately. We haven't heard more about that, but they're saying now it looks like it didn't happen. But look, there you go, a guy who couldn't compete last year, he couldn't do the Olympia, so he's probably lost how much if he had won.
Yeah.
And then all his appearances after, so it could have been $1 million or more that he's lost because of his accusations. But then the IFBB stepped away from him. Like, okay, if Josh Reynolds has an accusation, let him still play. You can't just say, well, we let him play because he hasn't been found guilty.
No,
that's just her word. You can't just say, and then sponsors start dropping him because, it's like, if you know the person, like I said about Sean Roden, I know the guy, to me he wouldn't do that. If he's found guilty, I'd be shocked. But then I got no problem saying what he did's fucking awful. Even if he won the Olympia, let him win the Olympia if he's not found guilty yet. But if later on he is, then take it off him. But until that point, he's presumed innocent. Yeah. So you can't just go and take everything off them and destroy their livelihood just over someone saying, he did this.
Yeah, no, I think that's, that's one thing that Matt's identified as a weakness in the thing, because you think if you're in a grand final, your team's in the grand final, and you're an opposition supporter, and you really want to railroad them. You meet up with the their best player, cry rape.
Can you imagine?
Just get a few.
Can you imagine if someone just said to this girl, "Hey, we'll give you a couple $100,000 to go make an accusation." Boom! Then the whole team gets labelled. The team such and such under the spotlight.
Yeah.
NRL in the news again. Such and such.
No, but like following the precedent.
But even those other two just got put back on the team. Who were those two? It was pretty shitty, but they were young and. Remember the schoolgirls give them their number?
Yeah.
And they were texting or they had sex, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's where it's a real
I think they said they were more pissed off because they were at the school for the team when they got the numbers, whereas if they had didn't they get them off Facebook, wasn't it?
One of them hooked up with one of the girls. After the thing, so he met her at the school,
and everyone started talking on Facebook, wasn't it?
And he knew that she was from the school, and they had sex. Then the other one, I think she might have been a teacher or something.
Yeah, I thought it was a friend of the other one,
or something. But he found her on Tinder or something like that, and then he went and did it. And I mean, the thing with both of those. Cases was, they didn't break the law. I guess they did break, the club rules or whatever. Club rules. But yeah, it was.
That's what you heard about. That was almost like rape on the thing. It's like schoolgirls, and it's like, oh Jesus, here we go.
Because that's the team I support, and Years ago, they were the ones that had. Were you over here? You might have been over here. They had a massive rape scandal where they were up in Coffs Harbour on a pre-season trip, and this girl cried rape.
What, went back to the hotel?
But she'd already been back to the hotel once during the week with multiple players.
Oh.
And then returned on the weekend with multiple players. And I think...
So almost she did the whole team almost?
After the second time, I think they were maybe not showing her the respect that...
Or interest.
that she thought she deserved.
One of those, I'll show you.
And so probably just laughing at her by then, and at the end, and it was.
It's almost like the team gangbang type thing.
Oh, it was exactly like that. But I think they'll probably just whatever. And
that's why if you got lots of money and you're famous, I say fucking film it. Get the camera out. Make sure they consent on film. Yes, do you want to have sex? Yes, I do. So when you're having sex and she's like, fuck me harder, oh, this feels so good, you're fucking me so good, I love it. That way, if a month later she tries to take you to court, he raped me, so Your Honour, play the tape. Fuck me, yes, I want it. So there you go, Your Honour.
No, I think, isn't it with NBA players, they if they do it, they take the used condom with them, so that there's no
you'd have to, yeah.
So there's no.
Because they could pour that anyway, couldn't they?
Oh, more just for get the old turkey baster out and impregnate themselves.
I got your kid.
Yeah. So that's what it's come to. So
crazy.
That's another service that's offered to go in there, act as a filming and then clean up the scene.
Some of these, like I said, some of those people in the States are on $500 million contracts. I'm going to go where they're hanging out, and I'm going to find one of these players drunk in a bathroom, high on drugs, and
see if you can have their child.
I'm just going to shove his cock up my ass myself and say he raped me. Or have him there and put it in my mouth and go, put his hand on my head. You can see he's pushing my mouth on his cock. Once you get those pictures out there, okay, I'll pay you not to put them out there. Well, you don't remember doing that? And they'll do a thing, he was so high on drugs.
No, there you go.
Why didn't you stop him? I couldn't, because his whole team was out there and I was scared that if I went out, I could play the game.
There you go, that might be... what do you do for a living? Oh, go around trying to entrap high-profile people.
Because trust me, he wouldn't want pictures. He wouldn't want pictures of him and a man going out there. Holy shit! No. You get a call. This is the NBA just calling up. Yeah, can we have a meeting with you, please? We need to stop you going to the media. What's it worth? Okay.
No, that's the sad thing these days. Is there'd be plenty of people out there trying to...
And that's the sad thing though, the ones that do fucking false claims ruin it for the ones who truly are raped and fucking have bad shit happen to them, so... Yep. But as I said, if you want to rape me, I'll not argue. That's pay up time. I'm keeping my fucking Under Armour shirt with your semen on it.
High profile sportsmen, just watch out for Lee lurking around in
anywhere
in the nightclub toilets.
They'll be like, wait a minute, I remember watching one of Lee's shows. He says he hates baseball. What's he doing here? I'm here for the hot dogs.
With a Yankees hat and
wait a minute, Lee said he can't stand basketball. What's he doing at the game? I'm here for the atmosphere. Always got a VIP pass to get backstage.
Yeah, that's it.
Where's the after party?
Ultimately, it doesn't matter what me and you think, it's what the kids think, because they're going to be the ones that are going to take over after us.
I've seen kids aren't taught racism. They don't care when they're playing, when they're young, they don't care.
Well, I know from my kids and their friends.
Like, Sydney's very multicultural.
Yeah.
But have you ever noticed, it is one more thing I've said before. I had a friend in the States, and he was just like, he wasn't racist. If he saw black people, he'd help them out, he'd be nice to them. But yet, when his son and daughter got married, he just said, I prefer if they marry a white person. He goes, I don't hate any other race, but I'd prefer myself if they married, and people are like, oh, that's being racist, that's being racist. But I said, well, how's that being racist? That's just what he prefers. He's not saying he's better than a black person or vice versa. He'd just like to see his daughter or son marry a white person. I said, that's no different to, you have Japanese, Chinese, Indians, they nearly all have arranged marriages.
Yeah.
If you marry outside your race, they disown you. You have certain religions, you've got to marry within that religion. But why is it if someone like that, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, they say, oh, it's arranged marriage, or my son or daughter has to marry a Chinese person, oh, that's nice, that's cultural.
No.
But as soon as you're white and say it, you're racist. But other people, oh, that's a very cultural thing to do, isn't it?
But I'm sure that same guy, if his son or daughter...
He wouldn't care. He said he didn't care. Say he did fall in love with a different person, he wouldn't care, but his preference would be that they married a white person. But he goes, if she fell in love with a African American or an Indian or an Asian and she was in love, he goes, I'd still support her, but my preference would be to marry a white person. But we have other cultures, like I said, Indians and Chinese and that, Japanese. It's like if you do marry outside, your whole family disowns you. They won't talk to you. Some Jewish faith and that want their people to marry the same religion, or if you say, I think I had a friend once in America. I think they were Catholic and the other one was Jewish. They had to convert over to get married and stuff. So, but that's just cultural. But if you're white, racist.
Yeah, well, I mean, Linus, like in Lithuania, like you have to marry someone from within your family.
In your family, and an SS officer from the Gestapo.
We are communists.
Yeah. No. Like, look, it can be your second cousin.
Well, that's going a bit far back. That's going too far back.
No, that's
we try to keep sisters or even mother if you can't have a sister.
You're considered extremely progressive if you marry a second cousin.
If you got what the preference is, if your mum's still young and you're like 10 or 12, sleep with your mum. And if a daughter gets born, you're still young enough for when she grows up. That can be your wife.
Yeah. That's
your daughter becomes your wife.
So
So
it's just the cultural.
You don't want to go too far out the gene pool, mate. You want to be like those purebred dogs.
Like royals,
That's why your fucking hips are getting displaced.
Yeah.
Like dogs breeding too long. Thought you were squatting a bit off. Bred too many times in the family. Fucking hell.
There's always someone we've got worse off.
Yeah.
Alright, well then,
sister's got a